Okay, let's just start with a confession, right? Something we probably all do. Why is it when we see a blackhead, that little dot in the mirror, our inner amateur skin expert just goes into overdrive. We grab tweezers, we start poking, basically treating our face like, I don't know, a jammed door hinge we need to force open.
Yeah.
All sense of self-preservation just gone. And we know it's going to end badly.
Oh, absolutely. That urge to just attack the symptom, to squeeze or scrape, it almost always backfires, doesn't it? You get inflammation, maybe even a scar. And then, people reach for harsh scrubs or these really expensive creams full of chemicals trying to fix it, but it's often, well, kind of pointless.
Right. You're just papering over the cracks. You're treating the symptoms like trying to fix a leaky pipe by just mopping the floor constantly. The real issue is still there, brewing underneath. But here's the thing we really need to unpack for you today.
Yeah.
That root cause, whether it's blackheads, whiteheads, or just general acne, it's basically the same underlying problem.
Exactly. And if you ask most people what causes breakouts, they'll say, oh, I just have oily skin. Or my skin makes too much oil. But that's a bit of a misconception. See, if your skin's oil, the sebum, was flowing normally, even a lot of it wouldn't necessarily be a problem. It would just wash away. The real twist, the actual issue here, is that the oil itself has changed. It's gotten thicker, stickier.
Ah, okay. So it's not the amount, it's the texture, the viscosity. Like the skin's natural oil has turned into, well, you said super glue before, something like that. It's
Oh.
gumming up the works, basically.
Precisely. That sticky glue-like stuff, that compromised sebum, that's what gets stuck. It can't flow out of the pore, and the difference you see, blackhead versus whitehead, that's just about whether air gets to it.
Okay, that actually makes it super clear. So a blackhead is when that sticky plug is open to the air.
Okay.
And the oxygen turns it dark, like an apple slice going brown.
Exactly like that. It oxidizes. Whereas a whitehead is the same sticky plug, but it's trapped under the skin surface. It's covered, no air gets to it, so it stays that whitish color. So
Uh-huh.
understanding it's about the consistency of the oil, that's step one. Now, the real deep dive, who, or rather what, are the culprits making it so sticky?
Right, the 5 conspirators, as you call them. I like that. Sounds dramatic. Let's expose these guys. And you mentioned the 5th one is, the big boss,
Yeah.
the most common one.
Yeah, arguably the most significant, especially nowadays. But let's start with the first two. The hormone hooligans. They really kick off the thickening process.
Okay, hormone hooligan number 1, I think I can guess. Androgens, like testosterone.
You got it. Androgens. Think testosterone. Levels often go up during puberty, sometimes pregnancy, or just, general imbalance. When androgens are high, they lead to higher levels of something called DHT. DHT is a much more potent version of testosterone. And that DHT is a signal telling your skin glands, okay, make that oil thick and sticky now, like glue.
Got it. So DHT flips the switch to sticky mode. But there's a connection most people miss, right? Hormone hooligan number 2, insulin. That seems less obvious for skin.
It's a huge missing piece for so many people. You think insulin, you think blood sugar, right? But having too much insulin floating around, which happens really easily when you eat a lot of carbs, sugars, starches, well, that has a direct knock-on effect. It feeds right into problem number 1.
Wait, so
Yeah.
if I have, say, a donut or a big bowl of pasta, that spikes my insulin.
Uh-huh. And too much insulin directly tells your body to produce more androgens. It ramps up that DHT production we just talked about.
Yeah.
So yeah, the sugar is essentially turbocharging the hormone that makes your oil gluey.
Wow, okay. The irony is kind of funny, but the result definitely isn't.
Yeah.
It's wild how blood sugar connects so directly to your face. Okay, so we've got the hormone hooligans. Now, the essential sidekicks. These are nutrients, right? Things we're missing.
Exactly. Cause number 3, zinc deficiency. This is a big one. And it connects back to hooligan number 2, the insulin. When you're eating lots of refined carbs and sugars, your body actually uses up zinc trying to process it all. You deplete your own stores.
Okay, so sugary foods drain our zinc. But why is zinc so critical here? What does it do for the oil?
Well, zinc is key for regulation. It helps control both the amount of oil produced and its thickness. So low zinc. Thicker, stickier oil almost immediately. Plus, zinc also helps keep that potent DHT hormone in check. So it's like this triple defense system, and refined foods just knock it down.
The whole system is just so interconnected. Okay, zinc's partner. Cause number 4, vitamin A deficiency.
Yeah. When vitamin A is low, a couple of things happen. The cells lining your pores don't shed properly. They get kind of sticky. And the oil itself gets stickier too. It just adds to the clogging problem. But here's the crucial link you mentioned. You need enough zinc for your body to even use vitamin A properly. They absolutely have to work together. So if you're low on zinc, even if you have vitamin A, your body can't really access it effectively for your skin.
It's like needing a key and the right lock.
Hmm.
Hormones, nutrient gaps. But now the big one, cause number 5, the industrial saboteur. He said this is the most common issue now.
Yeah, this one is. Well, it's kind of disturbing when you really get into it. It's
Yeah.
about the actual physical stuff your body is made of. See, the oil your skin makes, it's mostly unsaturated fat. And this is where it gets interesting. The other unsaturated fats you eat, like your cooking oils, they literally become part of the oil in your skin.
Hang on. Are you seriously saying the vegetable oil I cook my stir fry in can end up as the oil on my forehead? That sounds nuts.
It's absolutely true. And think about the common ones. Corn oil, soy oil, canola, those generic vegetable oil blends. If you're eating a lot of those highly processed seed oils, they start making up the fats in your sebum. And the problem is these industrial fats. They are highly pro-inflammatory, so they don't just sit there. They turn your skin's natural oil into something irritating and, well, problematic.
So your body's using these cheap, unstable building blocks, and it makes the pores inflamed. But it gets worse, right? It's not just inflammation.
No, this is where the dominoes really fall. Those processed seed oils don't just pass through you quickly, they tend to build up in your liver. Now, your liver makes bile, and you need bile to absorb fat-soluble vitamins. That's A, D, E, and K. So these industrial oils clog up the liver, it can't make enough good bile, which means your body struggles to absorb the vitamin A it needs for healthy skin. The very vitamin we just said was essential.
Whoa. Okay, so the bad cooking oil blocks the good vitamin that could help fix the problem the oil itself is causing. It's hitting the skin from like every possible angle, a total system breakdown from bad fats. But here's the part that really got me. The time frame. You're saying these oils stick around for how long?
This is the truly shocking part. They integrate into your body's own fat tissues, and the estimates are they can stay there for a year and a half, maybe even up to 2 years.
2 years. Okay, that's some serious commitment from an oil.
Yeah.
You really have to commit to kicking them out then. It's not a quick fix.
Wow. Puts that bottle of generic vegetable oil in a whole new light. Okay. Okay, let's shift gears. We know the villains now. We know how stubborn they are. What's the antidote? What's the anti-sticky strategy? What should we eat?
Right, we need to starve the villains and feed the heroes. It's about cutting out the triggers and loading up on the right nutrients.
So the avoid list first. The obvious stuff. Ultra-processed foods, refined sugars, starches. We know those grain zinc, stress the liver, spike insulin. Basically feeding those hormone hooligans. Exactly, but there's also the sneakier stuff to avoid, those industrial omega-6 fats. You need to think about where they come from. Often it's grain-fed animals, so most standard supermarket chicken, eggs from those chickens, factory-farmed pork. If the animals eat diets heavy in industrial grains loaded with omega-6s, those inflammatory fats end up in the meat, the eggs, and then in you. It keeps that sticky, inflamed cycle going.
That's a really important distinction. It's not just the obvious junk food. Okay, so avoid that stuff. What do we focus on eating instead? Low carb, nutrient dense.
That's the core idea. Cut the sugar and starch way down to keep insulin low. That shuts down that androgen trigger. And then focus on nutrient powerhouses. Think grass-fed beef, grass-fed lamb, wild-caught fish. Sardines are fantastic. Shellfish like oysters, amazing zinc sources. Red meat, especially grass-fed, is brilliant for getting that zinc that helps regulate DHT naturally.
Okay, that covers the zinc.
Yeah.
And what about vitamin A, the other key player that gets blacked by the bad fats? Where do we find good sources of that?
Easy ones to add in. Grass-fed butter is great. Grass-fed beef liver, if you're up for it, it's incredibly concentrated. And cod liver oil is a really reliable source, packed with vitamin A. These foods are basically the direct opposite of the industrial sabotage. They give your body the building blocks for healthy, flowing oil, letting your skin finally sort itself out.
It's amazing, really. This isn't just, buying a different face wash. It's looking at your whole system. Hormones, liver, nutrients, how it all connects.
It really is the fastest way to get to the root of the problem. You make these dietary switches, ditch the inflammatory stuff, bring in nutrient-dense foods, and you stop the oil from turning into glue in the first place. You get out of that cycle of just masking symptoms.
Okay, so let's try and wrap this up. We started with that slightly embarrassing urge to pick at our skin. We found out the real enemy isn't too much oil, but oil that's turned thick and sticky. And that stickiness comes from a chain reaction. Diet spikes insulin, insulin boosts androgens like DHT. We burn through zinc and vitamin A, and it's all made catastrophically worse by industrial seed oils literally getting built into our skin's oil and blocking vital nutrients.
Exactly. And if we connect this to the bigger picture, it just shows how systemic health really is. Your skin, the most visible part of you, is directly reflecting the quality of fats you might have eaten months, even a year ago. It shows how deeply your diet impacts everything, right down to your liver's ability to help you use vitamins. It's all linked.
Absolutely. It really makes you think, if a cheap cooking oil can hang around in your body for potentially 2 years, making your skin literally gluey that whole time,
Would agree.
what other kinds of hidden, maybe low-grade industrial sabotage are we just putting up with every day for convenience? That's definitely something to chew on.